Hey, I'm making this video on a real touchy subject. It's about divorce, and lately I've seen and met quite a few women going through a divorce, and it's been very difficult watching them and hearing their stories and wiping away their tears and crying with them as well, because it's not an easy thing. And like, people are so quick to just say get over it and things of that nature, but I don't think you can just get over somebody that you planned on spending the rest of your life with. The person that you have children, you buy homes, you make a life with a person, and then one day you might wake up, or they might wake up, and they no longer want the relationship. I don't think that's too easy to deal with. But I met a lady the other day, and to this day, I don't know her name. I doubt if she knows my name. We just started talking, and she was talking about she's going through a divorce, and either she's going through it or she just got a divorce or something like that, but now she's becoming a single mom. And one thing that I did catch her say quite often in the conversation, or what she showed me quite often in the conversation, she revealed that she was extremely bitter. She spoke about him using other adjectives other than his name, okay? Let's just say that. And I can hear the pain in her voice. I can, see the tears roll down her eyes. And the only advice that I could really give to her was, don't be bitter. Don't be bitter behind this divorce. Don't be bitter behind the breakup. Don't be bitter that you are now a single parent. Because every rainbow comes from rain. Every rainbow comes from a storm. And going through it, you may not be able to see or fathom how this could turn out to be a beautiful thing, but it can. It really, really can. You have to allow it to do so. You have to take it as one on the chin. But you can't be bitter. Like, you can't be bitter, because if you're bitter and you're angry and you're holding on to, resentment and regret and all of that, it leaves no room for you to grow. And I truly believe that every situation, every lesson, every issue, every bit of drama that we go through, it's a reason for us to grow. Or it's a way for us to grow, shall I say. It's a way for us to grow. And divorce is one of those hard things that allows us to grow as women. And another thing that it's funny, because I've been through a divorce. I know what it is. I know the pain. I know the hurt. I know the sick feeling of not wanting to get out of bed and feeling like you failed in life. I know all of that all too well. That's how I can say it's okay. Like, it really, really is okay. I hold no resentment, no bitterness, no anger towards my ex-husband at all. Like, none whatsoever. If you ask me my divorce, well, actually she did. She said, how long have you been divorced? And it was so funny. I told her I didn't know, because I don't know. And I told her it didn't matter, and it doesn't matter. So it took me a while to get here, but I got here, and it's a good feeling to be here. So if I can, smile about a divorce and not feel any bitterness and resentment and things of that nature, you too can feel the same way. Please, nobody hit me with the divorce is not in the Bible. Okay, it may not be. Damn it, it may not be. I don't know. But it happens. And it happens often. And I truly say, It may not be in the Bible, but being stupid is not in the Bible either. Being a sucker is not in the Bible either. I don't think God wants any of us to just stay unhappy. But I'm going to leave that right there, because this is not about, the biblical aspect of a divorce. It's about how to survive a divorce. I think it's real important that women reevaluate themselves after the divorce. Relearn who they are after a divorce, because a lot of times when we're married and have a family and things of that nature, we kind of let go of who we are, and we submerge our feelings, and the husband comes first, the children come first, the job comes first, like whatever, everything comes before you. So that's the most important thing I would say when getting a divorce. Relearn who you are. Get reconnected with yourself as a woman. Because you've grown. I don't care if you've been married for 3 months. I don't care if you've been married for 3 years. I don't care if you've been married for 20 years. You have grown into another person. That divorce alone has made you become another person. So get to know that person. Find out what that person likes. Find out what that person wants. Find out what that person doesn't want. You know what I mean? Because we're quick to say, what we don't want, what we don't want, what we don't want. What do you want? And focus on that. And outside of that should be your happiness. Like, your total happiness should be all that you want. And you can't find happiness holding on to bitterness and anger and resentment. It's just not going to happen. Oh my God, there's so many things I can say about being divorced. I had something real important that I wanted to say. Maybe it'll come back. But when children are involved, it's extremely, extremely important that you don't use your children as a weapon. You don't use your children to get back at men. I mean, whether it's child support, alimony, visitation rights, just don't use the kids. Just do what's right. And kids go through divorce too. Believe it or not, children go through a divorce too. It's not just the husband and the wife. The children are involved if you guys have kids. And just as emotional as it is for the women, it's emotional for the children. They might start acting out. They might, pick a side. Unknowingly they will choose a side, because it's not easy for them either. So just be real mindful of that. If there's children involved, be very, very mindful. That you still have to be a parent. We can't shut ourselves down and just crawl in a black hole. You still have to parent. So if that's take a weekend to yourself, go to a hotel and just lay in the bed and cry, then you need to do that. But on Monday, you got a parent. So, and another thing that I've learned personally through divorce is like women tend to think that men are chilling during divorce. We're going through hell. We're crying. We're upset. We're readjusting our lives, and they're chilling. I tend to believe that that's not the case. I think that men go through the exact same thing we go through. They just handle it differently. We're emotional beings, and we're going to express ourselves. We're going to cry. We're going to go, they're just different. There's always been a joke that women cry first and men cry last, or something like that. Who cares? Who cares? It's all about survival. And that's the beautiful part of it. You can survive a divorce and be happy. And you can love again after divorce. Once you let go of the bitterness, the resentment, the hate, the pain, you're open to love again. So that in itself, whether it's you loving yourself, are you just loving life, man? Just life alone, We tend to think that in society, the house, the 2.5 kids, 2 cars, the husband, the wife, whatever. I don't care if you live in a studio, 1-bedroom apartment. I don't care. Happiness and loving life is all that really matters. So I'm sure I have a whole lot more to say, but the most important thing I wanted to, to just address that you'll get through it. And maybe one day, once you do get through it, your words could help somebody else get through it, because you ain't the first and you darn sure ain't gonna be the last. So I wish the pain on no one, honestly. Like, I really don't, but it happens. And life is about surviving, and divorce just happens to be one of those difficult things that we have to learn to get through. Blessings upon blessings upon blessings upon blessings to the people who don't have issues that would bring them to divorce. And blessings to those people who are in really difficult marriages and refuse to get a divorce. And they're unhappy, and they're hurting, and they're in pain, and blessings to them as well, because it can't be easy. So I'm going to end this in saying, as long as you have exhausted every possibility to maintain your vows and hold on to that relationship, and you've done everything possible to make that relationship work, and now it isn't, then you have a decision that you have to make and you have to live with for the rest of your life. Not for your church, not for your family, not for your kids, for you. I guess that's it.